Okay, sketch and include the center, vertices, foci. I mean, again, the very first thing is you got to be able to look at that and know what the shape is you're trying to draw here. You know, if you draw the wrong shape, if you're like completely not even drawing the right shape, then, you know, we have problems. And we had a lot of problems. There was a lot of other shapes. What shape is it? It's an ellipse, right? That's an ellipse. They're both positive, right? They're both two squared terms. They're both positive. There's different denominators, which means different coefficients. So this is definitely an ellipse. So if you drew a hyperbola or a parabola, you know, then it's apples and oranges wrong at that point. This is an ellipse. Would you say, what is the center of the ellipse first? 5, -3, right? So the center, HK, equals 5, -3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So right about there. Okay, is it vertical or horizontal? Which has the bigger denominator? The y does, right? So in fact, that tells us that this is the a squared, right? And a squared is 36, so a equals 6. So we would go up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to find our vertices, right? So that is 5, -9, and 5, 3, right? That is the A. And then what is the B? Right, what is the denominator here? It's a 1, right? So if that's B squared, B equals 1. So you're going to go left 1 and right 1 to find the other points we need to trace this thing. So we can do that. Those are not vertices, they're just points we need to sketch this. This feels horrible, so something like that. And then last is we need the foci, right? Where generally are the foci sitting inside of the ellipse? Right, they're along the major axis in between the center and the vertices, somewhere here and here. Okay, how do we figure out exactly where they are? What's the equation we use? All right, remember, with an ellipse, which is the biggest of the three, A, B, or C? A is the biggest. So the equation is A squared equals B squared plus C squared. There was a fair number that got it wrong because you wrote C squared equals A squared plus B squared, right? That's not how it works for an ellipse. So when you substitute here, A squared was 36, B squared was 1, it's C squared. So C squared equals 35, and C is the square root of 35. Right? So we would know that these points are just a little bit less than 6 away from the center, right? These two, the vertices were, you know, 6 away from the center. The foci are like right there, right? Those are the two foci. And for the coordinates, you could say, right, it's still at x equals 5, but now it's -3 plus or minus the square root of 35. Or if you turn it into a decimal, it's probably like 5.9-ish, something like that. It probably, if you tried to round it to the nearest tenth, it would be 6 anyways, right? Which it shouldn't be 6, because now it's sitting at the vertex. Okay, so that was that. Labels, center, vertices, foci. Okay.